Howdy, howdy, and happy Friday.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
All righty. So we're going to kick off really quickly today. We are a little limited on time. So we're going to speed run through some updates for you guys. First off, we're going to talk about the Hunter Seeker from the 1984 David Lynch's Dune. Ryan, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, why not? Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, we got to cut out early, so we're going to burn through this really quickly. Jared's got drinking to do. He likes to start around 2, so
Blame it on Jared.
Yeah. I've spoken with his
we have,
counselor. It's like really important that they wean him slowly, and I don't want to interfere with that. So it's a whole HR thing. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk really fast.
So start.
What's that?
So we have 45 minutes before the shaking starts.
Yeah. So medical emergency, we got to avoid all that. His nurse is on standby. Anyway, the Hunter Seeker. So just a quick update for everybody on the Hunter Seeker and actually the Chris Knife. We're of course talking about 1984 Lynch's Dune. The Hunter Seeker, aluminum, machined aluminum, brass, and acrylic. So multiple materials there. We are deep into production. You guys should probably be able to look for those. Early summer here. We'll give some updates in the next few weeks once we've got a date of when everything's going to be on the water. The Dune Knife actually will not be too far behind if they don't ship around the same time. Again, we're deep into these, so as we've talked about before, the Chris Knife will come with the sheath. And this one's got a little bit of an interesting history. We'll be redundant. We've talked about it before, but no, it doesn't hurt to spill a few things about it. So when 84's Dune wrapped, a lot of the props and the set ended up in the desert of Mexico. The master for this was actually retrieved from a dune, and it was all beat up, and then it was ultimately rebuilt, and then the sheath itself was styled after the fact. So we've got some screen-used lineage on this piece, and we'll get into more of the nerdy details down the road as we get a little closer to release. Amy loves Dune as much as I do. Everybody else here likes it, but Amy and I are downright nerdy about it. So things like the end cap, you see these a couple different ways in the film. You see them in gold and chrome, silver. Sometimes you'll see a collar here, sometimes you won't. Particularly the heroes, the way they would meet up with the sheath, the ones that actually had sheaths, you could see why you just end up with this band of silver here. But like I said, we'll get a little more into that as we go deeper into this. The two-piece prop will come with a stand, a plaque, and so on. And as I talk really fast here, I see that I'm buffering. So sorry guys for this max headroom effect again, but like I said, we gotta tear through this pretty quickly. Other good news this week, we might as well jump right into it. Some of you might have seen our press release yesterday. We're really excited about having partnered with Toho, where we're going to be doing Godzilla prop replicas. We're going to literally cover decades of what they've done over the years. And one of our favorite things about them, and we allude to it in the press release, is man, the assets, the care they've taken over the years to really store their production items, their screen used items. This is everything from miniatures to suits to practical props. I mean, they have kept the world, and it really speaks to how proud they are of their franchise, their legacy, to keep such good track of these. And we've talked about this before. We work with any number of studios, and sometimes you go to make a prop. It's shocking the things that haven't been kept, over the years. This is a case of where everything is there. And when we started initially looking at what we might want to do with Toho, we had a pretty solid line plan. We came out with 3 or 4 items out of the gate that were like, yeah, this is good, strong stuff. Complicated pieces. We're going to spend some time into production. So we were looking at about a 24-month period of how we might release these things. And then almost overnight, these plans doubled when we saw the amount of things that were available to us, the reverence that would be there for us to scan, physically lay hands on, or simply pick up the phone and call and get some measurements. So we're going to take a really deep dive on the history of Godzilla over the decades, and we'll release some really strong museum quality pieces in series. So we might corner off a couple decades and do series 1, piece 1, 2, 3, and then go from there. But the goal here is, in a lot of cases, to take some of these surviving pieces and literally freeze them in time and present them as is, for the sake of uh, paying homage to how they are, and providing a physical snapshot of where this piece is at this time in its current state. I'm struggling not to give anything away, because there's a few things that almost slipped off my lips there. But of course, we're going to lead. We mentioned that in the press release. We're going to lead with the Oxygen Destroyer. This will be a full size prop replica. It's a big piece, and then we'll follow that up with Jet Jaguar. We'll do his suit head, his prop head that you see in the film, and I absolutely adore Jet Jaguar. So just love that. Loved it as a kid. Crazy excited about it. You can spend all kind of time just nerding out on all the things we want to do there. But very excited about Toho. The team has been wonderful. If they happen to be watching, a big thanks to Kevin and Aaron over at Toho. There are of course others. Everybody knows who they are. We're really excited about this relationship. They get what we're doing. They're there to help us wherever we need help. It's going to be good for us. It's good for the collectors. You're going to see us talking about a lot of this stuff. I think people are going to be surprised at some of the things we offer. They're going to be like, "Wow, why has anybody thought of that before?" So yeah, good times. And then other than that, as I blister through all this stuff, something we wanted to talk about. We've talked about this before, that it was coming. So you guys have seen some traffic on this on our socials, where we're talking about the Blade Runner water blaster models. These coming up, you can't really see it here. Sean will put some photos up, but the water blasters come in a smoked translucent acrylic. What a lot of people don't realize is the tooling that we used for our heroes, which are the same thing that you see in the film Blade Runner 2049, where Deckard has been carrying the same blaster for decades. It's his blaster that we all know and love. We use that same tooling to master these. So these are really ornate. It's just when you see them in their smoked acrylic, it's difficult to look past that and see what they can be. And a lot of people, just oddly enough, haven't even really thought about painting them and turning them into a prop grade cosplay replica. We get it. You don't want to carry your $1,000 replica, around with you, but a $50 water blaster makes it a little easier. But just by the time you shoot primer on these things, their detail really starts to come out, and you start to get a little vision for where they can go. And of course, the three standard ways people like to paint these up, you can just paint them black. And if you mask off the grip area, you'll still get that translucent look of, the faux amber. And you've got a nice stunt blaster. If you go a step further and you want to do a world con where you've got black and all the distressed silver and everything, as though things have been stripped down over the years, that's a little bit of masking, a little bit of work, but it can be done. And then you can do the one most people identify as a Blade Runner blaster, where you just do the black. Now you can do an all flat black and just add the little rhinestones and the faux green LEDs on the back, and you've got a decent looking piece. Again, Sean will pop up some photos there, and you could go all out, actually gloss in the bottom and leave the top flat. A lot of different directions you can go, but we've been having a little in-house build off. Tyler's done one, and Jared
right here.
Yes, so Tyler's done his, and he'll talk about that in a second. Jared was supposed to do one, but he didn't complete his homework. See previous comment about his substance abuse issue. We're giving him a pass there, and letting him off the hook on that one for now. But he had a good idea. It just wasn't implemented. What were you going to do again, Jared?
I'm still going to do it eventually. I want to do it like in Nerf colors. If Nerf made the Blade Runner blaster, what would it look like? The same way they just did the pulse rifle. So I would paint it like in white and blue and oranges. Very Nerf color.
So essentially, you're going to take our hard-earned efforts of making a nice translucent, ready to paint, more realistic water blaster, and go backwards. You're going to nerferize it rather than nerf it.
I'm gonna nerferize it.
Yeah, so blues and whites and oranges and all that.
Yeah, just something
It
different.
could be fun. It could be fun. All right, we'll see where that goes. Tyler, what about yours? What have you done?
I did the classic black and silver, but then I just added like a mud coating, so kind of like a slightly used version.
So you were going for a like a Worldcon hybrid almost?
Yeah, just kind of like the standard, kind of like our hero. Like if our hero is as first built, this would be like our hero, a bit used,
Oh,
a bit
okay, I
dropped
got
in
you.
dropped in the rain. And I kept the water gun feature working, which is super important because as I discussed with the team earlier, I have kids that we've been playing with these. Best water gun I've ever played with in my life. So if you buy one of these, I definitely recommend filling it with water and playing around with it.
I can honestly say out of all the ones I've handled, I haven't filled one up and chased Rhonda around with it yet, but I will.
Yeah, no, we
thank
had
you on Monday after I torture her this weekend.
epic water gun fights.
And we look forward to providing a public service and cooling everybody down with them at Fan Expo Dallas.
Yep.
So we can throw coins at people like we like to do, and we can hit them with water guns and, of course, abuse one another. That'll be fantastic. So Sean's going to put pictures of mine up. He's got a few pictures of yours. We'll show some close-ups. And what were we saying earlier? I could have swore I heard you throw a compliment my way.
I said you did a much better job painting yours than I did of mine.
I thought I heard. Yeah, that's high praise. I like that.
A much better job.
Yeah,
I like the fact that you kept it able to be filled with water, so you could still play with it, though.
I mean, it didn't take that much work. Like, if anyone is intimidated about it, I mean, most of the work's done by a can of black spray paint.
That's really it. And I should point that out. When and we've done a couple of videos on it too, just shorts. But as Sean shows these photos, the black one I did, it's one color. It's just all black. Well, there's the silver, of course. All I did was mask off where the trigger area was, shot everything else flat black, put the faux LEDs on, and that was it. If you spend a little bit of time, as I was saying, you mask off the handle area here, you will keep that translucency. And the light shining through it really kind of makes it, if you will. That's kind of one of the hallmarks of the prop. But you can go simple as can be and just hit it all flat black with a little silver, and you're done. Or go all out and you get a little closer to what Tyler's done. And normally I can't sit still long enough to mask something off as intricately as I did for the Worldcon-esque version I did, but I was trying to kick Diet Pepsi and I was hyper focused, and I had a minute. It was either that or climb the walls and sharing too much, but there you go. But we like the way they ended up. It surprised even me. So that was a good time. What else we got? Like I said, we're trying to blister through this pretty quickly so we can all get.
I think that's everything.
Yeah. Wow. We were that hyper focused. So a quick thank you to Toho, and cool things coming there. Everybody take a look at the press release. But like I said, we covered that with the Oxygen Destroyer and Jaguar's bust his head. Delivery on Hunter Seekers and Chris Knives are near. And pick up a water blaster and paint one up. It's a good project. I mean, they look cool if you leave it translucent, but they're pretty dope painted up too. So do that.
Well, thank you guys. And everybody, you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Have a good weekend. See you. All right, bye-bye.